Hi, it's Tayo Dar, the CEO and founder of Uncloak. It's great to be back. It's been a long time since we've caught up. We're going to go straight into our AMA session, answer all the questions that you've posed us. Stay tuned. Yes, we have been quiet over the last few months. We've really spent a lot of time in the background, really focusing on trying to make sure we can really deliver on our application that we said we would deliver on. Since we promised to launch an exchange, which we have done, we launched on to P2B, B2B. We spent time, and I spent a lot of time traveling around, working with a number of developers, trying to make sure we have the best fit so we can make sure we can bring the best product out there. And also we've been looking to seek to raise some additional investment to make sure that when we do launch this year, we'll be in a strong position to make sure we can actually market very heavily. And so I've spent some time literally in Qatar, working with a number of organisations out there, which have been absolutely fantastic, and please stay tuned as we can really bring you up to speed with that. But yes, it's been a busy time for us in the background. We've definitely have shaved down our team since we launched an exchange. I think it's only natural. You know, we tried to create as much buzz as we could before the launch. The market's obviously taken a huge dip, and so really, you know, we just want to focus on building the best application which is still relevant in the market today. Yes, on regards to software development, we've had to make a number of tweaks to, you know, what we first created. You know, we did create an MVP initially, and the whole idea of the MVP was really to try and you know, let investors know that we've got a great idea behind it. There's been some amazing innovations that we've managed to even put 2 patents out in the US that we're currently pending, so that's been really exciting for us around some of the technologies that we use and some of the innovations that we've got, and it's really making, you know, Uncloak an even more compelling application when it is raised and launched for the cybersecurity market. We have also been teaming up in the background, you know, working with a number of software developers to say, okay, right, what is the best way that we can go about developing this application, staying relevant, and making sure that the features and functions are exactly what the customers need. Not just small customers, obviously working with large customers as well. And so yes, in the background, we've had to slow down on the software development, but you know, our aim is really to start picking it up again once we, you know, raise some additional investment like we're doing right now at this current moment in time. When we first raised the funds initially, you know, it was a wonderful time. ETH was up, Bitcoin was up. For example, Ethereum was probably trading close to $750 for 1 Ethereum, and we kept all the funds in a smart contract as promised, which was completely compliant. We didn't release any money, and so what actually happened is that the fact that we had a smart contract which we couldn't withdraw any funds, when the market dropped, so did our raise. So everything that we had initially raised had dropped by literally 4/5 of its value, which obviously then became very, very difficult and precarious for us as an organization, especially, you know, I know so many different projects which fell by the wayside, but you know, we've been bootstrapping this project even before we had any fundraising. So, you know, the market did hit us really, really hard. You know, it didn't kill us, but it definitely slowed us down. And so what we've been spending time in the background over these last few months is really to make sure we can raise some additional investment so we can bring a compelling application and solution to the market this year in 2020. Yeah, currently I'm working with a team of 4 roughly, you know, so it's a very streamlined team that we're working with. Yes, I'm still, you know, running the show and trying to keep things moving in the background. We still have access to all our advisors as well, and we've picked up some amazing advisors along the way that are great influences in the cybersecurity market that we're going to be operating in. So yes, we're still excited. You know, I believe where we are right now, we really want to concentrate on delivering the application, getting a solution to market, and really just making sure that we have something that when it reaches the market, it will really not just blow away the competition, but put us in a great position to grow very, very quickly and gain traction in the marketplace. Marketing has been very, very tough for us. We're really trying to focus on creating the application as opposed to pushing any of the available funds that we had into marketing. But you know, saying that at the same time, we are looking to start ramping up again in the marketing, making some noise really to truly trying to get the application out there, make some noise just before we launch. So marketing has been quiet. We definitely understand that, but we do want to spend some time, and we've managed to hire a great person that should be able to really make sure that you can hear what's happening and keeping you abreast of latest events. In regards to marketing, our plan really is to focus on creating a compelling application, and once the application is ready, we are working with a number of consultancy firms and organizations that have access to a very, very large market base. And so, for example, I'm currently doing some work in the Middle East, working with a number of organizations that have access to a very, very large user base, which we'll be revealing in the near future. And our aim is really to make sure that when we have something that's ready to be launched, that we can really ramp up in the market and make some noise, rather than make some noise and the application isn't out there yet. So really our plan in regards to marketing is really finish the application, and then once the application is getting finished, we will definitely be releasing information and in regards to milestones, in regards to software development and what have you to the marketplace, to really try and create some buzz in the marketplace right now. The great thing about Uncloak is that Uncloak is not sensitive to token prices and market volume and what's ever happening, coin market cap. The thing what we're doing is developing an application that is designed for businesses of all sizes. So for us, regardless of the way the market's moving, the only thing that the bear market is doing for us, or obviously when prices are low in the marketplace, and Bitcoin suffering, Ethereum suffering, and every single altcoin is suffering right now. The aim for us at the end of the day is to make sure we develop and we continue to develop. Development is slower during a bear market, no doubt. But for us, I must admit, we're used to definitely fighting above our weight, keeping things moving. But we are not, dependent upon the move in the marketplace. Yes, we didn't raise 5-10 million like some of these other companies that have raised huge sums of money and spent equally very large sums of money to raise that money. We've really concentrated on saying, okay, right, we've got an application that we know will really transform the lives and companies that are out there that are looking for a secure cybersecurity solution that is at the right price in the right marketplace for them. So really for us at the end of the day, we are not driven by the coin market in essence. We are really concentrating on the bigger retail market that has a requirement for an application that sits above an antivirus and sits below a consultancy and sits in this nice space serving businesses of all sizes. Uncloak's competitive advantage has always been providing a solution that is so easy to use compared to any other cybersecurity or even IT tool. Because what you find, and we've always spoken so many times about this because we're super excited about it, is that we find that most applications out there have to be managed by a consultant or an engineer behind it. Not with Uncloak. Uncloak is really designed for someone who can pick up a piece of software, install it on their machine, or having an appliance, a unit that they can install in their office, which will tell them exactly where their risks are. Not only tell where their risks are, give them access to a community of trained engineers that can help to resolve the cybersecurity issues that may be raised by our software. So the great thing about our software, we have an ecosystem. So we have channel partners that are fixing cybersecurity issues. We have an amazing piece of software that's telling you where all your issues are, and we have amazing machine learning that's going out onto the public internet and dark web looking for issues before they even come up on your computer. So our customers can always be one step ahead of the hacker. That's been our motto. It hasn't changed. We're in a great position where we obviously, as mentioned before, we're filing 2 patents on the technology and using some of the innovations that we have around our bug bounty platform. This is completely unique to marketplace. So we have something extremely compelling that we're super excited about. We're very, very relevant. All of some of the largest businesses that we've spoken to, some of the largest blue chip businesses in the world, are extremely excited about it. They can't wait for us to finish it. We can't wait to finish the application. And so, yes, we are still completely relevant for the marketplace today. That's a great question. Uncloak has been running without any further rounds of funding since we started. And we started in December 2017. It was just myself. I came up with the idea. I've been working on the software development. I've had a couple of friends working in software development. I mean, we end up pulling third parties to help out. You know, we thankfully, I come from a cybersecurity background. I've been running a successful cybersecurity practice in the UK for some time now. And so, you know, regardless of that, what funding does do for us, it helps us accelerate the software development. When we don't have funding, it just slows everything down. And that's the reason why it's been very hard for us to announce and say, okay, yes, we've got something new, we've got something that's come out, because funding has really dried up for us. So the aim for us is really to make sure we can finish the development, get an application out there, and continue to push the application forward. So right now, funding will be great, and we are hopefully looking to close a small round of funding that will really help us to, you know, complete and really get to the place where we need to be with the application. Yes, with Binance, there has been a huge delay. We were really super excited to say, okay, yes, we want to get onto Binance, but then what happened? We then lost, you know, one of our lead marketeers, which really put us in a situation, because Binance isn't just about, you know, jumping on the platform. But there's a number of criteria, points that they want to check to make sure that you are ready to be on their platform. They don't want to put anyone on a platform that isn't ready. And so for us, we really want to spend time and raise some additional finance to get a marketeer person in place. We hopefully believe we're at that junction now where we're really trying to want to start pushing some marketing and get some marketing out there. So we'll be hopefully, definitely within this quarter, be in a position where we can start talking to Binance again and looking at the idea of getting onto the DEX, getting a number of tokens converted from Ethereum UNC based tokens into Binance's tokens. So yes, they're still out there, and you probably obviously noticed that there's been so much changes on CoinMarketCap, with one exchange going up and one exchange going down. So there's been so much changes, and it's so funny, in P2B, B2B now, you know, obviously one of the top 10 exchanges that are out there. So it was a really good choice for us to really go through P2B, B2B, who've been really, really supportive, you know, for us. We definitely want to see some more volume. You know, it would be great for the investor community that have invested in tokens, and obviously some people that are involved in the bounty, that they will start to realize, you know, some value in some of the tokens that we've got. You know, we always felt internally that the value of the token will come from when we actually launch the application. And once the application is out there and the tokens are being used as a utility token on a platform to purchase and buy services and to trade, that's when the real power of the token will come into play, because it'll be a token that will be burnt as it's getting consumed. And so we've got some great tokenomics behind it. So we're super excited. We're still going to be pushing to go on for Binance, but we wanted to make sure we had the right marketing person, and we believe that we're at that place where we can do that now. Yes, Uncloak's financial position is really like any other startup at the end of the day. We are literally running as a bootstrapped organization, and what I mean by that, we are literally have cut down the whole team to what we can do to sustain the business. As mentioned, even before we raised funding on Uncloak, I've personally obviously been pushing and bootstrapping the marketing and the traveling and running around and trying to make sure we can get the developers to finish off different features. So right now we're definitely in a startup phase where we're still, you know, looking to definitely raise some additional funds, because we don't want to launch and then not have the funds to really market and say, hi, we're here, we're out there now. So we are literally, our funds are like any other startup. We're not dealing with millions, not dealing with hundreds of thousands. We are down to the tens of thousands, you know, which we're working with to really keep Uncloak running. And regardless of that, as mentioned before, even when we didn't have any funding, I've always bootstrapped it. So the idea is not that if we don't get funding, it doesn't happen. It's just slows down. More funding means quicker development. Less funding means slower development. But we are still here to stay. We still have our Uncloak partners that we sign up initially, but just like any partner, you know, unfortunately what we don't want to happen is be like a number of projects that have made a lot of noise and haven't actually launched and done anything. We want to make sure that partners do not want to sign up to any platform or any solution without seeing something tangible behind it. So it really will be quite, how can I say, quite a thankless exercise for us to be going out, pushing for partners, and then having discussions and saying, okay, can you sign on a dotted line, and they don't sign up because the application isn't launched. However, saying that, even before Uncloak was around, like I've been involved in cybersecurity for over 20 years of my life. I have access to a lot of partners that we can work with. They're just waiting for us to have an application that we can launch, what puts us in a great position where we have access to distributors, not just in the UK, but also in EMEA and in USA, that are saying, okay, right, we will work with you and sign with you once your application is ready to go. And this is based upon my relationships and my reputation in the cybersecurity community. So I'm very, very confident about the partners that we're going to have. There'll be more partners that we'll be talking about, especially from the work I've been doing out in Qatar. So that's going to be very exciting, and they're looking to open a lot of doors for us. So, stay tuned. The best way to get hold of the team has always been Telegram, and as I mentioned, we will have a marketing and also community manager that will be assisting and aiding with any information that you want to put in for Facebook, Twitter, or our Telegram links. Email still available. If you're on our email platform, email still available. Actually, I'll take this point in time as well, that if you are on our platform or you've signed up to our website, I would urge you to make an effort to also change your password as well, periodically, just from a safety perspective. But yes, you can feel free to reach out to us. We're still available. You can email us, community@uncloak.io. You can contact us on Telegram. I usually personally respond myself. These are all ways that you can get in contact with us. We are still very much alive. We're quiet, but we're still alive. The plans for the next 5 years is to be in a position where we are market leader for what we are doing, which is really looking at the SME market and making sure that we are able to compete with some of the biggest organizations that are out there in regards to the suite of services that we have. Thankfully, we have a unique opportunity here where we're able to combine a number of solutions into one ecosystem, giving that customer the ability to be able to use an amazing dashboard that teaches them how to manage their network. And if they can't manage the network themselves from a cybersecurity standpoint, they can press a button in the software and it will contact one of the channel partners to come and fix their issue. This is still groundbreaking, and we're definitely looking to make sure we can capitalize on this. And so in the next 5 years, we do believe it's going to be rosy once the application is launched and the solutions out there in the marketplace. We're extremely confident and excited about it. Thank you all for tuning into our AMA. We definitely do not want to keep the distance in terms of the next time that we have a session like this before we launch our application. Please stay tuned. Get in contact with us if you've got any more questions that you'd like to ask us. Please feel free, and if you feel that you can help out, we're always looking for great contributors on the Uncloak community. Thanks very much. Take care. Bye bye.